I'm Watch Eric, and on this video, we're going to be debating Patek Philippe versus Audemars Piguet. I've always told people when comparing the big three popular brands that it's Rolex, AP, and Patek on top. One thing I want to mention is that we're not taking into consideration in this debate today Patek's current extreme prices. Because obviously, if we look at this in terms of face market value, then the Nautilus's prices are gonna reign supreme over the Royal Oak. I'm talking about just straight brand, models, tradition, and retail prices. The first topic that I want to discuss, and it's actually one of the most important, is brand recognition. Brand recognition is probably the most important thing. If you notice a Rolex, you can go anywhere in the world and somebody will know what a Rolex is, and they'll know that it's somewhat expensive. For me, the same thing goes with Patek. Although I love AP, Patek is a brand that everybody knows and recognizes it as being one of the best watches in the world, whereas AP, sometimes not so much. There's gonna be people that you show them an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, and they're not even sure. But yet you show them a really old vintage watch, and you just say the word Patek Philippe, and instantly they go, oh my God, it's a Patek Philippe. Is that killing us? So brand recognition is very important, and I would go ahead and say that Patek Philippe has the strongest brand recognition worldwide right after Rolex. When comparing the designs of both of their flagship models, which pretty much right now is going to be the Royal Oak versus the Nautilus, I like to always compare these watches to cars. Now, the reason I do this is because it's a lot more relatable to some of you at home that perhaps don't know all of these models. But the AP Royal Oak is a bit more of a sports car. I always say it's more like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini in the sense that it has sharper lines, more of an aggressive look. Whereas the Nautilus has a lot more smoother, conservative lines, and I say it's more of a Rolls Royce. Not everybody likes sports cars, but everybody likes a Rolls Royce. Most people that will have sports cars will still have a Rolls Royce. But then there are guys that have Rolls and don't have any sports cars. So the way I feel is that just the fact when you compare it to cars, I always feel that the Patek is the next level. Although AP is one of my favorite brands, I will recognize that the Nautilus's subtle lines express more of a luxurious and conservative feel. Holy shit. Bro. So just like the car collecting game, a Rolls Royce will always be a Rolls Royce, and a Patek Philippe is always a Patek. It's timeless, just like a Rolls. So when it comes to models, I mean, Patek by far, in my opinion, blows away AP. Look, yes, when you compare sports model to sports model and you take that out of the picture, I mean, really, what iconic leather strap traditional watch does AP have? Patek has banger after banger with models like the 5070, the 5270, and the 5960. I mean, really, I can name 35 different models that just straight up blow Audemars out of the water in the leather strap game, okay? Yes, I know they just came out with that new code, 1159 or whatnot. I mean, that's just something that they're trying to bridge the gap between modern and traditional. But when you compare the older jewels, Audemars and stuff like that, I mean, look, I'm not saying they're not good-looking watches. I mean, they're good-looking watches, some of them. But Patek just blows them out of the water when it comes to models in a traditional leather strap watch. By far, they reign supreme over AP in that topic. So when you're comparing sports models, I mean, it's obvious that the Nautilus versus the Royal Oak is gonna be a challenge. They were both designed by Gero Genta. But if you take those out of the equation, like I was saying, what do you have left? I mean, I can mention 10 Patek leather strap models that I just absolutely love. I mean, how about that Celestial? Let's not even go there with the Sky Moon. These are crazy masterpieces. But what does AP have to bring to the table in that department? And that for me is very important. So Patek is on top. The amount of noise going on this recording today is unbelievable. It's like you hear that weed whacker? When it comes to the finish and presentation, there just really is no comparison. I mean, I like AP. It's a super fun brand that has more modern looking stuff. But when it comes to the quality of the polishes and the movement, even right down to the box that they come in, Patek blows it out of the water. You know, another example, AP, the warranty, you get a nice little booklet, you know, with some instruction. Patek, you get a full-blown leather binder with all sorts of documents. It just looks so much more official. So the last topic that I'm going to discuss is brand tradition. Patek is one of those type of watches that seems to be a bit more of a family heirloom. I mean, their slogan is, you never actually own a Patek, you merely look after it for the next generation. Look, as much as I love AP, how many guys out there are gonna buy a 44mm rose gold offshore and leave it down for their kids or their grandson? It's just not that type of watch. Whereas the way Patek is, they make their watches so timeless that generation after generation, it's still something that looks important and looks traditional. So Patek never does what's trendy or what's hot at the moment or what they can capitalize with. They do what's right for their brand in order to preserve it and keep the quality and image right. And all of that ties into the price, of course. So in conclusion, Patek is a better brand than AP. Although I enjoy some of the AP models more, it still is not to be confused with brand. So comment below if you think Patek is better than AP. And if you like this video, like and share it. Also, subscribe to my channel. Mind you, I'm standing here talking about AP and Patek while I'm wearing a Day 2 with factory diamond bezel.